Well, I guess like if you're, are you talking about console games being ported over? Because I'll agree with that. So I got my stun on him with my shock wall, and then is it forced to stand in my fire field, in my 2 skill, my lava font. So he took a ton of damage and got toasted. He got burned. I burned him with my lava font. So right there I did a 180 and rolled backwards with burning retreat to gain some speed. Move across the map faster. So what I like to do is I like to wait for allies to throw CC before I drop AoE abilities. But obviously that's not always an option, especially when you're with people who don't have it. But this is the guy from chat. Defy test. Hello, Defy friend. He's doing pretty well. I just switched a bit like attunement and I could kill him. But I didn't want to be that guy. Yeah, no, I'm very accustomed to the alley play. And also I would be doing really well if I was playing these pickup games on any class, more than likely. I just am, yeah, but I'm definitely more comfortable playing alley. Ooh, knockdown? Nope. That must have been a signet. Nope, not gonna let you hit me with that either. Or heal. This is a really, really strong alley build as well. I'm in server 217 in structured PvP. If anybody wants to join me, by the way. Guardian has a lot of control. Guardian has a very different kind of ability. They can create walls, which prevent you from going through certain areas. They have different heals. They can apply tons of boons to their allies, as well as having a very, very, very powerful ultimates. That one of them has a full heal ability for all your allies around you, which is huge in this game because there's no healing classes. So a lot of times everybody is below 75% health. So it's very useful. Guardians can do damage too, though. Don't get stuck thinking that Guardians only do support and utility, but they definitely are very good at support and utility. Like if a Guardian has, a sword out, he can do great damage as well. Okay, Venom Thief. I don't want to go anywhere near him at all. Like not even a little bit, not even a little itty bitty bit. Oh, this fucking dog. The Alpine Wolf is really good. Like easily the best pet. One of the best pets, I have to say. I don't know that much about them. Let's throw some Meteor Shower in there. Oh no, not the sword. Don't come for me. Fuck you, man. Somebody else is playing a similar alley build to me. Fucking sword, man. Get out of my face. Get the fuck out of here. Ooh, that ain't good. That ain't good. No, 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 no. You lost the graveyard. Very cool. Oh, here's a reward from my 4th place tournament finish. You guys jealous? Let's open it up. Great sword, scepter, pistol. What's this? Which great sword is this? Preview. That is the lamest looking sword in the world. Look at this sword. It's such trash. You've captured the quarry. Yeah, this isn't even all max settings, guys, so the game gets even nicer looking than this. And the PvP levels are a bit less, I don't know how to explain it. They're a bit less, they're not even as nice as the PvE because they want them to be optimized and run perfectly on all kinds of systems all the time. What the, oh, okay, we got it. Hobby broke it. Good plays. If you like the healing classes, You can play a Guardian. You'll get a lot of the same feeling, but that doesn't mean you couldn't play any class. If you like to support your allies, you could do that with all kinds of different classes. You could do that as an Elementalist. Like this build I'm playing is actually a support Ellie build, primarily, and then to play PvP you just go H and you say be in the mists or go to Heart of the Mists, and once you're in Heart of the Mists then you can go right to a PvP match by talking to the NPC. And if you're a brave man, you go to world or server 217 and join me and anybody else who's hanging out here. Oh, see, he pulls me in, so I'm gonna mist for him. I'm getting very, very dunked. And I interrupted my own skill by dodge rolling, so I'm probably go down. Well, I got the invulnerability up, but we're still quite overwhelmed. And this gentleman who thinks who I thought was my friend, Defy, from the chat, is just murdering me. Damn it. Damn it all. Make sure that you have the latest graphics card drivers. It's okay, Defy. I still love you. It's okay. Make sure the latest graphics card drivers made a lot of good boosts to Guild Wars 2 performance on a lot of systems, especially ones with older CPUs. I don't know what account blocked due to unacceptable behavior. So your Guild Wars 1 account was banned, or your Guild Wars 2 account was banned? I don't understand.
Oh, what's up?
Hello!
It's raining. Oh, hello, how's it going?
Who is this? Who is this person talking in chatter?
Oh, this is Trig. How's it going?
Hello, Trig.
So, I don't have to go to my girlfriend's house because it's raining too hard.
What?
So.
Wait, what?
So they extended it an hour or so.
Oh, seriously? How do I make a PvP?
You just make a PvE character and do the tutorial and then go into PvP.
Oh, okay. Can't tell if you're trolling though.
No, that's really what you do. You play the first part of the game, and then you go in the game. The real game, the PvP game.
Okay. Does it matter like what my story is? I haven't.
No,
played
just
this.
skip everything. Just fucking do it.
Alright.
Also, it's raining too hard to see your girlfriend. Is that a joke about her Aunt Flo is visiting or something?
I was supposed to see her, so I made the excuse that, it's raining too hard, which it is. Dude, there's 7,000 lightning strikes in the past hour.
Is that a lot? I don't know what lightning is.
Yeah.
I've never seen lightning before. No! I'm getting stacked by the people again. I'm sorry, friends. I didn't mean to treat you this way. Why did they always murder me, guys? And I still have fucking poison on me, so I'm gonna take.
You can't skip
no
the tutorial?
No. Make sure when you do the tutorial that you put in the
sucks.
review, esport, what a joke. And they ask you, how did you like this quest?
Oh my God,
why did I have to do this quest? It's PvP. Yeah, 7,000 lightning
runs
strikes.
so slow.
And he's going on his computer.
Guardians are awful.
I'm pretty sure I played Guild Wars 1 with this guy 150 million years ago, but I don't remember.
Is this your first time logging in, Trick?
My second time, but my first time I wasn't on very long.
Oh man. Popping the cherry.
Crashed.
Ballsack Jack and I got this, dudes. We've got this. Burn. Okay. Okay. Why? Well, at least they're not disabling me. There's a pullback. It's okay though, he's in a chill field. It's got nothing. Drop some water fields. My eyes can Projectile finish them,
Can't
heal up.
open
Ooh,
friends list.
Okay, okay. That is not how I like to live my life.
Press Y.
Is it why? Okay.
I'm not feeling the love right now. I'm getting hated on.
What's your name, Kurt? Kurt Killings?
Yeah.
There may be room for Chinese farmers. 50 Shades of Grey. The beta is 1 hour and 20 minutes longer now.
Oh wait, I'm probably not in your world. Doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Alright, I added
Well,
you.
that's why they're doing this. They force problems to happen. Is my understanding of how like the stress test things. And so they artificially limit
It's
the number of
Trig
servers
Monk,
or
I
whatever, like the number of resources they have. They intentionally
Press
limit
Y
them
and
and
it'll
reduce
tell you.
them. So they say, okay, we have less servers now than we would normally
Trig
have.
Monk
What happens?
Dot 2639.
So to extrapolate and say, okay, well, if we thought there were going to be 5 million players and suddenly there's 25, what could happen? They could create that scenario by using these stress tests
Yeah.
and limiting the number of resources they have. Yeah. Trying to find the weakest spots. I'm pretty sure this is the final release build, and they just wanted to make sure everything was in order and there was no, like, glaring glitches and things. But I'm not for sure. Yeah, it's like, it's a stress test.
Where
Testing
is this dire
how
boar?
durable it is. When the game releases, you will not have to re-download the whole game. If you have it downloaded now, you will have to probably download a few files, but not that many. Well, yeah, and there may be bad vibes. There may be a bad release, but I think if you played in the beta weekends, you'll know that there were almost no issues at all. I ran into no problems like that during the beta weekends. The only things that happened, the world v world queues were kind of weird, and the PvP went down a few times. But other than that, the game ran very, very well when they were trying to make sure it was running well. If you follow me. I don't want to hit his fucking bird, but the game wants me to hit his bird. No. If you pre-ordered last week, you can play today. If you have the game installed, of course. Rangers or paladins? I think that all the classes are pretty damn good. That's my official stance on the classes, is that the classes are pretty even. Some classes have a lot more options than others. Like right now, the warrior has like 1 million different builds, and you know, like each weapon on the warrior is decently viable, except for maybe the longbow. But even still, I think the longbow is pretty good. So it's like the I think that no matter, you pick a class that you like, you'll be able to play it in PvE and PvP without feeling gimped. Now, there may be things that are stronger than others for a long time, but until then, I wouldn't worry about it. Like, once people start min-maxing, they'll find, like, oh, okay, well, this is quite a bit better than this, and then the ArenaNet, the developers, will balance the game out. They'll take, okay, that's way too strong, bring it down. That's pretty good, make it a little bit better, or whatever, to get everybody kind of on a decent playing field. Because of how the game is designed, it has to be pretty balanced. Yeah, when they put out that big patch, everyone was expecting some kind of stress test, just to make sure everything was in order. And they'll maybe fix any small issues that come about, but I think this is pretty much what the game will look like when it's released. Yeah. You like my helmet? Oh my god, the game's actually going. I forgot it's not a tournament game where you have to wait around. Just look at this sexy beast with my Flame Legion tournament armor. Yeah, you can definitely. You'll probably have to do some questing between the personal story, or exploring is a much better way to put it, in my opinion. You explore in Guild Wars 2. You run around, you find shit that's happening, and you participate in it. Why couldn't he hit me? This is kind of unfortunate. I don't know where my allies are. I would help them. You know, I have a lot of heals and good support abilities, but I can't use them because I don't have line of sight, and I can't really go anywhere else because I'm pussy. Oh, hammer? Not on my watch. And whenever I swap an attunement, I get a small buff. So, like, I swapped and I got swiftness for 5 seconds. And I can activate for another 5 seconds of swiftness on my air skill. So, the mobility. I think that certainly there will be some min-maxing and some things that are better than others. But I hope to see that each class has at least 3 viable builds or something like that. You know, like, where, okay, well, we need a bit of support or something in our team. So let's grab, maybe the engineer could bring a couple elixirs or something like that. And it's like, okay, well, we need a little bit more. We need a bit more damage, so then the engineer could grab a flamethrower or something to that effect. That's what I hope the game will play like, and not like you have to run X really powerful build because it's better than the other choices. Yeah, the world PvP is like, I hope that it turns into PvP actually, because in my experience it was always like a PvE Zerg to take down the buildings. You know, you have to like, because you need quite a few people to break down a wall, but then if you coordinate well and think or play well as a team, then you can also like gank them. And like, so if they have support coming in, if they have more players coming in to help defend, maybe you cut them off with a gank squad or something, or you send a gank squad out to take their trebuchet out or something like that. What don't I like about Guild Wars 2? See, this is always a hard question. It's one of those things that I'm not sure yet. I haven't seen anything that I don't like, really. I like... Let me see. Don't like... Okay, I'll ask this question first. Well, answer this question first while I'm thinking.
How much longer until I finish?
To go to Structured PvP, open your Hero tab, go to PvP, say go to Heart of the Mists. What don't I like about this game? There's certainly more than one thing, but I just I struggle to think of it. You know, like
It's not that long. You should be done.
I don't like.
They're just telling me places that I can teleport to.
Where did I get this helmet? This is from a paid tournament. I got a paid tournament token and I crafted this helmet. Trying to think of something I don't like. I wish... Here's what I don't like, and this is not even really a gripe with the game, it's just more of a ethereal gripe. I wish that GVG existed in some aspect. Something that was more like GVG in Guild Wars 1. I really, really like GVG. I was super excited to see a GVG reincarnate, a GVG version 2, and that's just not what Guild Wars 2 is, but I was really, really bummed out about that for a long time, and then as I played this game so much, I played probably 250 hours or something in the beta. Yeah, probably not that. At least 150 though. And as I play this game more and more and more and more, I really have come to like the game. Like I like what it is. So I wish that GVG existed, but it doesn't right now. Fuck you, Guardian. Fuck you, Guardian. Where are you going? Oh my god, he fell to his death. Silly goose. I just want to say you're the dumbest player ever. Congratulations. You player now you... Yep, any play you do now will not be in the game on the 25th when the game releases. Oh boy, that guy is furious. He's just chasing my ass down. Leave me alone. Yeah, so what they're going to do to keep World v World balanced is for the first week, what they'll do is they'll have World v World cycle every day instead of every 2 weeks, so that with the more frequent iterations, they'll be able to balance the teams better. So like if you're on a guild, or if you're on a server with a huge World v World alliance that like plays tons of World v World and really dominates, then you'll end up against servers that are like that. And if your server isn't as good as at World v World and they lose to the better servers, then it will be, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You understand. Guild Wars 2 is better than WoW. I believe Guild Wars 2 is better than WoW. I'll start with the reasons. The PvE, the questing system, is fun and intriguing. I really, really love exploring. Like, when I'm playing PvE, I'm always like, I get this feeling like, oh my god, what's over there? Can I go look at that? Can I jump up there? Can I see that? Is that something I can look at? I get really excited in the PvE about exploring and seeing things and going through these dynamic quests. It doesn't feel stale and boring like WoW does. You know, I'm not collecting 10 badger pelts, or if I am, it's, you know, hidden within this guise of collect 10 badger pelts, or, you know, erase the graffiti, or do this, and that I really enjoy. In PvP, I like because it's no gear. It's not gear-based. Everybody has the same access to gear and stats, so you don't have to grind to be competitive. And I like the concept of World v World a lot. I don't know what it'll turn into, but I like that it exists, and I hope that it turns into something incredible, and there's tons of really cool content and battles happening in that. And I like how the dungeons are done too. The end game, quote-unquote, PvE content, the hardest content in PvE, I'm really excited for because I like how it's done. Like, I like those kinds of things. Because it's more about executing a strategy and playing together and being smart, and it's not about, like, you know, min-maxing or whatever. I'm really excited for that. No, guys, I'm gonna live. No, he interrupts me. Damn it. Oh, dodge roll, drop down, Q. Oh, not quite. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like a chore. It does not feel like a chore at all. When I play, I'm excited to play, and that's how you should be in a game. Like, I understand that some things you have to grind some things. That's just life. I'm 50 out of 50 in Guild Wars 1. That's a lot of grinding. Believe me, I don't mind grinding. I just don't see it. It's hidden in Guild Wars 2. I'd like to play Guild Wars 2. I see things happening around me, and it feels dynamic and fun, and it's about choice. That's exactly it. You get to do shit and be yourself and influence the world, and it's grandiose and beautiful and awesome, and everybody should play this game. I don't even, like, your mother should play this game, and she can just walk around in circles and look at all the cool shit. Like, everybody could love Guild Wars 2 for one reason or the other. Yeah, even like the challenges and the heart quests and everything are awesome.
Heart things?
You're still not done with that?
Just like run past the
Dude,
PvP
no
tutorial, man. Just ignore that. Tell your mom she
Once
can play.
you get past, press H.
You wouldn't
Go
want
to
to
the
play.
PvP tab, which is the double swords. And at the top, click harder the mid or whatever it is.
Yeah, those guys talking are a couple
okay.
of guys I played
Do you
Guild
get
Wars
your
1
own
with
weapons and
a
stuff
million
too, or
years
what?
ago.
And you get it in PvP. It's just
Alright.
RG-dub.
Thanks, followed you. Yeah. How much can you do in 1 to 2 hours in Guild Wars? I think you can do a lot. It does not require a lot of time.
So,
No, I really love
is
answering
Jay again
questions.
too?
Never think that you're inconvenienced to me. I might miss them or skip them or something, but I hope that I can help everybody out at least a little bit. No, but in 1 to 2 hours, I feel like you can get a level. You can get a whole level, no matter if it's 79 to 80. That's kind of the time frame that they were telling us it's going to be. Levels 2 or 20 through 80 are all going to take the same time. Level 21 to 22 takes the same time as 79 to 80. And so, like, in a couple hours, you can probably get most of a level, or explore something, or do a jumping puzzle, get an achievement, find something new, go run into a meta event, fight a giant thing. Like, I think that 2 hours is plenty of time to play Guild Wars 2. You don't need days to play. Um, release will go smoothly. I think the release will go very smoothly. Very smoothly. Just based on the beta weekends when they're trying to really optimize the game and make sure everything's working properly, the beta weekends are like commercials. I will be on Fort Aspen when it releases. I encourage everybody to join me, and if you like me, you can send me your Guild Wars 2 name, and I'll even add you to the guild, because that's how I roll. But I think the release will be fine, because the beta weekends didn't have very many problems, and the beta weekends were the commercials, the big moments. That's when they want everybody to play, to experience the game for the first time. Ranger or Thief? Yeah, that's a hard decision, Ranger or Thief, because Thief is... I can't help you make that decision, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Also, Defy, it was nice playing with you. Glad you're hanging out. Good to see you, man. Good to play with you. So if you've never played this game before and you're interested in playing this game, I would tell you that Wooden Potatoes, a YouTuber, has really great videos to get you the backstory on the lore of the game, and then from there, just play it, have fun. If you're interested in the lore, if you're not interested in the lore, you don't even have to look it up. But I think with a little bit of knowledge of the lore, you'll be able to play no problem. Okay, I'm out of here. I don't know what's going on in that fight. Just... ESL picked it up? Is that true? See, somebody just asked this question actually, Slender. I can't really think of anything negative to say about Guild Wars 2. I really, really like it. Yeah, and so on Wooden Potatoes' channel, he's got a playlist where he's got like 6 or 7 videos of explaining the lore behind the game, Guild Wars 1 story and the story of Guild Wars 2. Yeah. Okay, I'm watching chat, so I'm just writing the wall. What am I going to roll at release? I think I'm going to play an engineer in PvE. I just like the sound of engineer for PvE. I think it'll fit my playstyle. Battle silence. Cool. And otherwise, if you just start playing, just play the game. Yeah. Thief have, on the longbow, they're pretty great at AoE on the longbow. And also their, the slashing skills are, with the sword as well as the daggers, I believe, will hit AoE. If they're right in front of you, you can hit an AoE. Yeah, please link the Guild Wars 2 ESL article. I'm pretty excited about that.
Your enemy took the mine.
I think that the particle effects may be personal preference. Anybody who's overwhelmed by the particle effects, I feel a lot like my opinion on particle effects is not unlike my opinion on... So like if you first start playing League of Legends or Dota, team fights can be really overwhelming and you find that you don't know what's going on and you click the buttons randomly and you don't know what's happening. But then in Guild Wars 2, I think that's a lot the same. Like in a big skirmish, there's a lot of particle effects going on which can be overwhelming, but they're also helpful information. They tell you all kinds of good stuff about the battle and what's going on in your fight. You know, so I think that maybe a bit overwhelming, but I appreciate them. Yeah, I suppose that's what others say. Yes, I'm not personally attacking you. That's just addressing. Main goal within the game in the first month. See, that's what I'm still not sure. I think I don't know. I probably play a bunch of PvE. I just want to see what happens in the PvE part of the game. Like I'm excited. I played the shit out of Guild Wars 1. I just died. I suck. I played the PvE in Guild Wars 1 a ton. I'm 50 out of 50 God Walking Amongst Mere Mortals, which means I basically did everything in Guild Wars 1 that exists. And so I am really excited for the PvE in Guild Wars 2, but also I want to play PvP, but it'll always still be there for me, but I don't want to, like, miss it. I don't know. So basically the status effects, there's 2 kinds of status effect. There's boons, which are positive things that help you, and conditions, which are negative things that hurt you. So a boon might give you health regeneration or protection, reducing damage, or immunity to knockdowns. And a condition could give you something like health degeneration, or 50% chance to do half damage, or reduced endurance, move slower, immobilize, those kind of things. Yeah, I think that melee is definitely not by any means weaker than range. I think that's total fallacy. Melee might even be stronger than range. I don't know. Maybe in PvE you have a better chance with range due to kiting, but maybe it's probably just a skill curve thing where like it's easier to do better with ranged.
Finally done with it, almost.
Or something like that.
The tutorial, you should be done with it.
Yeah, I'm almost done with it right now. I'm going to the person. Just Guardians just move so fucking slow.
That may be true, Slender. I'm just gonna drop out of this vent.
The keep is yours.
Oh, okay. You have the same PC as the one running my stream. You're totally fine. I think you'll be fine with that graphics card. Released by difficulty? I'm not certain. Maybe. I think, okay, the difficult classes, in my opinion, are the Elementalist, the Mesmer, and the Engineer. Not selling the other classes short, but they are probably the most difficult. Just because they have the access to the most abilities and the most mechanics to manage and that kind of thing. Okay, I'm just going to stand here AFK and look at chat for 1 second because so many things happening. I find it really hard to move and attack with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 keys at the same time. Any tips? Well, so basically, the thing I understand exactly what you mean is because you have to hold down the WASD buttons to move. It's kind of difficult to find a button to press while using WASD to also cast abilities. So basically, when I'm casting abilities, it's mostly with my okay. So my middle finger I use to move. I am kind of leeching, aren't I? It's okay. It's the hot draw in PvP. I use my middle finger to move, and I use my other 2 fingers to cast abilities. My pointer finger and my ring finger I use to cast abilities as well as hit spells. If that kind of helps, if you understand how that would work. But you could use any of the nearby abilities as well, like I drop fat kids. No, Leon from said Q, E, Z, X, V, F, and G are all options to use. I've used most of those myself, actually. Q, E, V, R, G I use to swap weapon sets. C I use to look behind me.
Your enemy took the mark.
Yeah, I think that range classes are just maybe a bit easier. That's probably true. Well, I think that switching attunements often on Elementalist is kind of a misconception. Maybe that's just my opinion, but so if I switch to Earth, I'm stuck 11 seconds away from Fire attunement. So if I go to Water, right, which I like Water attunement on this build, and I cast my abilities, and I go to my next thing, then I'm stuck away from Water. I'll tell you 1 sec, Beowulf. And so when I'm stuck out of these attunements that I like, that can be a really bad situation for me. And I'm not even, like, I'm pretty spec'd into, I have 20 points in reduced cooldown on my attunements. So that can be, this problem can be even worse if you don't spec into that. So I think that, like, being in places that you like is good, and then switching to other things when you need utility from them, and you can't you guys get what I mean. You understand. Endgame? Well, like they say, the whole game is endgame. The whole game should be fun to play, but obviously that's not the answer people want to hear. The endgame, if you're not interested in the PvP endgame, which there definitely is, and definitely is going to be good, I think the endgame is the dungeons, and the dungeons are 5v5, and they are difficult content where people are competing, against. It's like I'm trying to think of a parallel to draw, but it's cooperative and it's difficult, and so you have to work together with your allies to bring enough things to solve the problems. Like in the level 50 dungeon, there's a lot of poison, and so the poison reduces your healing, which makes it really difficult to stand in a dungeon. So what you need to do is have things that dispel poison. You need to have condition removal to help in the dungeon. So you say, well, any class can bring some form of condition removal, so everybody kind of retraits, changes their spec, changes their settings, so that they can be ready to deal with that dungeon. My XSplit settings, basically your video quality, set it to 8 or something. The bit rate, set it to 75% of your upload speed, and the buffer, set it to twice that. And you're good to go, man. The preset is just XSplit default. Any of the other ones don't work very well. The running very fast is definitely an option. On Sector Dagger Elementalist, you run very, very, very quickly. But I think that just because this game doesn't have a WoW-like endgame, I don't think it's going to have any issues keeping people playing. It's going to be really, really very fun, at least for me. Yeah, dynamic events, dungeons, the meta events are going to be really cool. Yeah, 2000 kb per second is enough for 720p, absolutely. What does optimization mean? Optimization is like when you take something and you say, okay, well, this is pretty good, but if I change this one thing, it'll be a bit better. Say, okay, well, this new version is even better, but it's not that good. And you change it again and say, oh, this is even better. I'm really liking this. And you change it a little bit more, a little bit more. It's like a genetic algorithm, iteration. That's what they mean by optimization. Yeah, I was a huge fan of GVG and Guild Wars 1, but I don't think that Conquest necessarily falls short. You know, I don't think that the Conquest is necessarily worse. I just think that it may be, it's very different. So, basically Guild Wars 2 in its entirety is about enjoying yourself and about cosmetics. So if you're there to try and grind and have the best items and be better than other people, then you might kind of fall short on, you're not going to enjoy that as much. But if you are, I don't know, like if you're just playing to play and you like to play, and you start to look cooler as you play more and have access to more cool stuff, like that's awesome. That's what it should be. Maybe I play please me beta keys. I like this guy. Gets right to the point. Well, there's only one dragon in Guild Wars 2 right now. I don't know.
The beach is yours.
Why would I move faster than you? I don't have anything that makes me move extra fast. When you're out of combat, you move faster. That's a thing. So like, when you have this yellow little blemish above your skill bar, you move slower than when you don't. Oh, fucking turret. It's okay though, I broke the condition. Left my water to me. What do these skills do? Does this one heal me? This one gives me regeneration, I think. Oh fuck, I got eaten by sharks. But if I get to the surface, I will survive. Class balance? Very good. I like the class balance a lot. Each class has access to different abilities, different strengths, different weaknesses. I think that the class is pretty damn balanced. You know, like some people are better at other things, but others are better at the rest, right? So like maybe Elementalist has better burst, but Necro has better sustain or something like that. I don't know exactly how it all plays out in the end, but yeah.
Taking the beach from you.
Yeah, and like the Asura animations are a bit more grandiose. They're crazy. Yeah, well, Tocatl and the Shatterer aren't actually dragons. They are, what is it? They're like minions of the main dragon. Zaitan is the end game. That's the big motherfucking dragon, and he has a whole bunch of minions as well as the other dragons. They have like, I can't think of the actual name of them, but they have these little minions of theirs spread out through the whole world of Guild Wars 2. My main class, I'll probably play Engineer in PvE for the first bit of the game. Thank you very much, Slender. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Your taste in streams is only exceeded by your fine taste in women, wine, and fast cars. Yeah, so the only real dragon is Zaitan, I guess, but like, that's not really fair to say though, because there's plenty of other dragony big meta events, like the Fire Elemental one in the, I believe, Asura starting area? Damn it, I just want to like, run away. Oh, no, leave me alone. Friends, okay. The Elementalist is really cool. I play so much Elementalist in PvP that I want, because I've already played like 150 hours of the Elementalist, and I really enjoy it. An overview of what to do in this game. Well, so you make a character, and each character has a customized story. So like you can pick if you're a furious or if you have dignity or ferocity, or if you're a loving, charming individual. You can customize your character and how you interact with the world. You can customize your character, like your backstory, and that will interact and change your personal storyline. And so as you change that, you'll have a different experience in your personal story. And then aside from the personal story, there's tons of zones to explore, PvE zones, where like there's all kinds of different things happening, tons of disparate events. That's very fun. And then aside from the events, there's PvP, which I'm playing right now, which is like 8v8 or 5v5, which is more competitive, and there's World v World, which is 100v100v100, which is very big scale combat with trebuchets and catapults and ballistas, where you battle to take over forces, bases and forts, and destroy your enemies. Yeah.
The beach is yours.
Races do not matter in PvP, that's absolutely true. There are racial abilities. Each class has a bit of different abilities, but they do not matter in PvP. You can't use them. Each class has the same hitbox, so even though I'm this little dwarf guy, right, I have the same hitbox as the big motherfucking cat people and everybody. Well, this is cool. And in PvP, the best part about PvP, everybody from WoW says, no way, that's incredible, is that you get access to the best gear immediately. You have the best gear available to you as soon as you roll your character. You look kind of like a homeless person, but you have really nice looking items, or you have really nice gear. You have the same gear as everybody else. You're just as competitive as them. It's all about competition and skill, and it's not about playing more hours and having better items than them. So that's very cool. What is... Guild Wars 2! Absolutely. Loving it. Fun-ass game. So the combat is probably more like Terra than like WoW, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's like either of them. The game, there's a ton of PvE content, and the PvP is really good, so I wouldn't say that it's one or the other. You can enjoy both. You can join me on this map. Here's what I'll do. I'll leave this game, I'll go back to the Mist, and I'll pick a server number, and anybody who wants to can hop into that same server number with me, and we can all hang out, and you can chase me around and kill me, and it'll be hilarious for you guys, and I'll be sad and dead. Point of doing PvE, what do you get from dungeon stuff? Well, basically the stuff from dungeons is cosmetic. Even in PvE, most of your rewards are cosmetic. You will look way cooler if you're successful in dungeons, but you won't necessarily be stronger than everybody you're playing against, if you can follow me there. So let's go server 310. Anybody who wants to join me in PvP, I will be going to server 310. Tanky class? There's several tanky classes. Any class can be tanky if you build them tanky. So like, this is a tanky Elementalist I'm playing right now. Elementalists have like 11,000 base HP-ish, and right now I'm running about 22,000 22,000 HP. And I also have heals and invulnerability skills, so I'm very tanky and very annoying to kill. But that being said, warriors are probably the tankiest because they're high health, high armor. Necromancers are high health, medium armor, and guardians are low health, high armor. So all of those guys can definitely be very tanky, but that doesn't mean that other classes can't be tanky as well. There's somebody who's mentioned something about esports.
The dock's been captured.
Right, okay. Yeah, the big thing to mention about PvP gear is that just because I say you have max level gear, that doesn't mean everybody has the same gear. Like, you have access to all these different items and ways to customize your gear depending on your build and your thoughts and what you want to do with your life. You know, like, if you want to focus on conditions, you can configure your build that way. If you want to focus on direct damage, you can configure your build that way, or support, or control. Depending how you want to play your game, you can configure your build. So, let's enjoy PvP. PvP is a lot like a MOBA game, exactly. Yes. Oh, what I want to do with your life. You want to rock? Well, okay, you can be a rock. Nope, I just went to the wrong attunement. See, look, I can summon rocks, I can throw rocks. I even have a rock shield. Look at this, I'm carrying a big rocky shield. Nope, it's actually bugged out and I can't see it. But I have a rock shield and I can go invulnerable in a pile of rocks. I think this one will pull them to me. Nope, I just throw rocks at them. You could rock. You can do whatever you want, Guild Wars 2. There's something for everyone, even if you want to be a rock. But yeah, this Mesmer is not very damaging, is he? Nope, exactly. You'll be level 80, you'll have the best access to the same gear as everybody else. It'll be all competition and skill, and it doesn't have anything to do with your, how much you've played the game or whatever. Certainly, skill and competition, you'll be better if you play the game more, but that's not forced upon you. Oh, he got a knockdown in there. I can get my fire on him, but he's got his block up, unfortunately. Oh yeah, this warrior's going down. It's going down. I'll throw this. So this big circle I just summoned, the healing rain, heals, gives my allies regeneration, and removes a bunch of conditions from them. Very, very, very good skill. One of my favorite reasons to run staff as my spec. Ooh, okay, that's Thieves Guild. Thieves Guild, the thief summons a whole bunch of allies, and they do plus or minus infinity damage. So it makes the thief really strong as a duelist when he's doing that. Nope, there's PvE content and exploring and stuff available. It's just the PvP is also available to you at any time. Oh, you did the Thieves Guild? I hate you. I also love you, but I hate you. Yes, server. That's the World v World game mode. And in World v World, you will be queued up against other servers. So my server, Fort Aspenwood, might be playing against Sorrow's Furnace as well as, one other server or something like that. And so then the people who are playing against, we'll try and control bases against them, and they'll try and control our bases and forts, and there's these big castles. And so we try and control all these things, and then the people who are who I'm against, right? If they're controlling more, then they get more buffs. They get access to like 1% extra gold, or 5% more glory or karma or something based on these buffs they earn from being successful in World v World. You get from PvP is glory and cosmetic rewards. Cosmetic rewards, that's basically e-penis, right? That's like, you look cooler, you're more desirable. Everybody says, how did you get that helmet? Like, I get PMs all the time if I'm just hanging out in the zone, like, Ben, how did you get that helmet? It's so awesome. You're the coolest person I've ever met. please follow me on Twitch or something like that. Like that's what people say to me, right? And so then so the cosmetic rewards are your main reward in PvP, other than bragging rights, as well as there's going to be some kind of ranking system, ELO based, true skill, something like that, so that you can determine how well you rank compared to other players. But that's not currently in any capacity. There's a lot of them over there. There will be almost no advantage for those who buy the $80 pack. It's a couple cosmetic items, a couple in-game items. So it'll be nice if you want it, you can get it, but it's certainly not required. Or if you want, you can pick up things from the in-game store, through the gem store, that are more along the lines of what you want, right? So like, I did not buy the $80 edition, but I am looking to spend some money on gems so that I can get things like character slots or other things that I want to play with the game, to enhance my experience. Ooh, thieves. I'm a badass. Yeah, the 5v5 dungeons are very, very difficult. That's especially some of the higher level ones. The folks at ArenaNet, I actually heard someone say that only a few of the devs have even managed to beat the one of the level 80 dungeon on explorable mode, on hard mode, basically. So it's definitely hard. There's definitely a lot of fun and frustration to be had in that kind of experience, if that's what you're interested in. Yeah, so the World v World is very long battles, two weeks, and then the ones who win will be matched against other winners, and the losers will be matched against other losers. So it'll be very, very interesting, and especially some of the top teams, like the highest ranked World v World servers, are going to be really competitive. That's going to be some really cool stuff. Like, I guarantee there'll be some streamers who emerge from the most competitive World v World guilds and servers and alliances. You know, the guy who plays who carries the captain or whatever it is, the commander helmet. There's a commander item you get that floats a big helmet over your head so you can lead the Zerg charge, because parties are limited to 5 players. So I think that there's going to be a lot of very cool content coming from World v World and the big skirmishes, and playing when they play like structured, like as a competitive. You know, when they're doing big raids, they get 20, 30 people on from one guild together to go crazy. Hello, friend. Well, if you don't have anyone to do PvP with, I suppose that could be a thing, but I don't know. I like PvE, man. Like, the PvE is cool. Crazy. My favorite man from Guild Wars 1. He is back. He's back with a vengeance.
Nail down your strategy.
So Guild Wars 2 or WoW is a matter of fanboys. It's very simple.
Seize there.
I think that the PvE in Guild Wars 2 might be very good. I'm not sure what it will end up like in the end of the game, but I really liked how they did PvE in Guild Wars 1, and even more so than WoW, and that's definitely personal preference. But I think that the way they did PvE in Guild Wars 2, it's very much strategic and, you know, based on good play, and I'm really excited to see how that works. SMD, there are plenty of good keys around. So like, look at the WASD keys, and all the alphabet keys around there are definitely good choices. You could even use alt modifiers on your WASD keys if you're interested in something like that. No 100 Blades Frenzy. No.
You captured the quarry.
The stress test will be up for another 37 minutes.
Your base is under attack.
Why? Why, warrior? Why? How does he do that? Oh, he's got stability. No. Stop chasing me, friend. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. Actually, that's going to work out well. No! Okay, so this guy's gonna go down. I'm gonna try and get him up as fast as possible. I'll probably be able to get him up before his allies rose him, because my elementals will throw in some heals. Oh, bollocks. Bollocks. Ate a whole bunch of damage from the greatsword. Yeah, I think that, like, it doesn't, and even if you like playing Guild Wars 2, it doesn't mean you can't play WoW or can't play any other games, because you can, like, there's no subscription fee, so you can play for a couple months, a couple weeks, a couple days, quit, come back later when there's something you're more interested in doing.
Your lord is under attack.
Thank you for linking those minimum specs. That's something that anybody on a lower end system will find very useful, I think.
You lost.
Oh, he's Sunbreaker. This is probably an unwise time to do this. I'm gonna, yep, invulnerable.
Lord is under attack.
Well, I'll use my heal even though I'm poisoned, because the poison's gonna last another 150 fucking years.
The blue
I'm pretty much can guarantee it won't run on integrated graphics. Fuck. Haha, I dodged your Avisk. Well, the thing about PvP is it's cross-server anyway, so, like, don't get too set thinking that, oh, you have to be on a PvP server, because you PvP against people from every single server. So, certainly, if there's better PvP community, like hanging out in the explorable district, you might have a better experience as far as that goes, but at the end of the day, I don't think it'll matter much. If you really want to pick your server for something, it should be for World v. Worlds. Well, not everybody is comfortable building their own PC, or they like the support, or maybe they need a laptop. They just need the mobility of a laptop.
You lost the waterfall.
Yeah, that's true. Well, and if there definitely won't be any 3v3s until if they release. They said they were going to maybe do private servers, not like private servers in terms of like MMO private servers, but private servers. Think a shooter game like Counter-Strike Source, where somebody can host their own server, but you can buy a server from ArenaNet or something like that, and so then you'll be able to configure the rules and settings however you like for your game. I don't know how that will be, but we'll just have to wait and see. I hope that they will be, the host your own tournaments will give a lot of cool customization and things to do.
You lost the graveyard.
Yeah, there'll definitely be patches to this games with nerfs and buffs and that kind of
The
stuff.
waterfall is yours.
I assume it'll be a lot like Guild Wars 1, where they make changes to the game based on like what's what's rampant and too strong and stuff. I blocked his shield stun there too. I want to get rid of that item. This guy's just chasing my ass. I don't really want to fight him. Oh, I might die here. Definitely gonna die here. I got a stun on him. Yeah, like if you're paying $800 for something with integrated graphics, I feel like you're probably getting ripped off. I agree with that. They said they'll definitely be adding more content. I don't know exactly how they'll do it, but they'll be adding new content in all the time. Okay. Pulse charge? More like dodge roll. I'm still gonna die though. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, what they're trying to do is have each class have several viable builds. They want, each class to be able to add some support, some control, some damage, and so to keep everybody kind of in a similar line of balance. Now, is that going to work at the end of the day? Probably not. But I hope that they keep working to achieve that and add new balance patches and things to make sure that the game goes into a relative state of equilibrium, where like you're likely to see a support ranger or a support thief or something like that, just as likely as you are to see Guardian. Like, I think that hopefully they can create some kind of something, an environment somewhat like that. Oh, we're already on this point. Huh. Also, it's telling me to restart every 15 seconds, so I'm going to do that after this match. Ah, dang it. Perfect. Support Elementalist and Support Warrior are actually both really good builds. How do you create... Here, I'm actually going to go craft a couple things anyway. Never show my Skype name. I know. Gonna die. I gotta figure out something to do with that. Skype is a scary thing when you're a streamer. That's all I know. But here, I'll do a little bit of crafting because it's pretty interesting, and I'm sure most of you guys haven't even seen this before. I've done it a whole bunch because I've got all these items and shit, but so basically how it works, there's a Mystic Forge, which you put 4 things into, 4 items. I know. Skype, remember when there was like tons of spammers on Skype? Everybody else remember that too? Like, that stuff's scary. But so basically what you do is you take your items. So I have all these PvP items that I don't want. It's like PvP bow. No, I don't want that. So I'm going to salvage it. Salvage. Salvage. All these things that I don't want or can't equip, or at the end of the day it doesn't even matter because they're all going to go away. But so as I salvage them, they turn into materials. And so I have these free tournament tokens, which I can use to craft items, as well as arcane powders and these trophy pieces, the trophy arcane pieces. And so with the... oh my god, Scrumulus, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. But okay, so you need 5 arcane powder, a token, which is your tier of item that you're building, and a arcane, one of these bad boys, to determine like what style of item it is. So I have a whole bunch of glory, so I'll just buy a couple chests too for some more materials, just cause. And then I want to create light chest piece, light coat, maybe a staff or something. We'll do that with those 2 pieces there. Oh yeah, they're just warning me. Okay. Staff token, other token. What does a gear staff look like? Can I just equip that? Oh, that's what I already had. No, it's not. What's happening? Maybe I'm lagged out. Okay, gear staff. Huh. 5 per account. 5 characters per account. Okay. So we'll go use this thing. So arcane powder, my light coat token, my free tournament token. And I know that arcane crystal will make the same chest piece I'm already wearing, because that's what I crafted it out of before. So I'll try an arcane sliver, see what that gives me. So I get an Armageddon coat from that. We can equip that real quick, see what it looks like, hopefully. So, a bit different, but still interesting. So I'm going to go back to my little, but that's how you do that. And we'll do a staff too, just because I'm here. Okay. Tournament token. Powder. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. I don't really know which one to do. Priory staff. That's okay, I guess. Not Not the nicest looking staff in the world. These are the glass items that you see a lot of people have. This is the glass staff. So like I have a glass shield, or I had a glass shield on my warrior for a long time. And so all these items are purely cosmetic. Anything you craft, all the items I have in my inventory, like these medium boots are the same as any other pair of medium boots that exist. And so like, and here's the tournament tickets that you use to get into a paid tournament. And yeah, so that's all cosmetic, and it's very cool. I really, really like how they did this, actually. Like, I was, just having access to all the items isn't really as cool as this bit of a mini game that they added. And the other cool thing is dye, how the dye works. So you get unidentified dyes. So I can activate this, and it gives me gunmetal colored dye, and you can consume that. You can either sell these, buy these, or you can consume them, and then you have access in your dye tab to this gunmetal color. So I have uncommon color gunmetal. So I can put this on my items and be gunmetal colored instead of orange. But I like the orange because it makes me look ridiculously silly. And because I have no taste in color. See, look at that. I just look like a moron. Isn't that fantastic? Okay. Back to PvP. Server switches will be free for the first week of the game. And then after the first week, server switches will cost some money. So, key with A.
The spirits of the wild welcome you.
I have these keybinds because. Wait, have you also changed your E with your D button and your Q with the A? No, I have not. I use Q and E for moving. Okay, good friends, I'm going to server 201. You're all welcome to join me in server 201. Yeah, the cat shop is active actually. I will pull it up because it's one of those things that people definitely are worried about. So there are cosmetic items like aviator sunglasses, as well as, you know, boxing gloves, profane armor set, stocking cap, just random junk. These consumables are basically nothing, but there's just fun stuff. Services, none of these give anybody any advantage. Revive Orb can't be used in PvP, no advantage there. The only boost that I've seen anybody complain about really are the experience boosts, but in Guild Wars you get most of your experience from quests anyway, and the XP isn't increased. So this is just from kills. So that doesn't really even give you anything. Like maybe a small advantage, but it really is quite small. It's nothing to get worked up about. The only thing that I'm personally really worried about is this Magic Find boost. Like, that maybe is a big deal, but I think that Magic Find probably won't be that big of a thing. I'm not really sure. Like, I don't really know. Yeah, your level is basically only limits it's the upper limit on what PvE stuff you can do. So certainly nothing to get worked up about. What do you put in the forge? You put crafting materials, which you get from salvaging items. You put powder, one of these three things. 5 powder, one of these three. A token which shows which tier, so like a deer token, which looks like a rabbit's foot. And then a token that shows like which type of item you want, so like a staff or a shield or whatever you want to craft. Yeah, you do have to use gems to buy character slots, but the thing about gems is you can buy them with in-game currency. So like there'll be an exchange rate where you can trade, like you could trade maybe 10 gold for 100 gems or something, whatever the rate is, right? And so then you don't have to, just because you don't want to spend real money, you can still get access to all these items with a small bit of, with some in-game currency. Yeah, exactly, Fate 2K is right on it. Just enjoy the game, play the game, enjoy it, have fun. It's a single-player game. There's no well, not really, but it's a game where you can just focus on going to the end and enjoying the game, and like no need to rush through and be the first. No min max. No, just play it, have fun, enjoy it. It's gonna be an awesome game. Yeah, did they say? I guess I guess 5 days kind of makes sense to me. Levels 20 to 60 each take the same amount of time, basically. So that's a cool system in my mind. It's a linear curve from 20 to 80. So, level 79 to 80 takes the same time as 21 to 22, which is really cool, I think. No need to make me wait days and days and days to get tiny bits of XP. But I guess, you don't lose out on too much if you race to max level, right? It's not a huge deal, even, because you still get access to all the lower level content. You get to max level and you say, oh, crap, I don't need to be max level. There's nothing here for me. And then you can switch and say, okay, well, I'm going to go and do level 15 content again. Even though I'm level 80, I can still have fun doing level 15 content.
The dock's been captured.
30? Okay. So I've just been giving people misinformation for 2 days. That's cool. Not too worried about it. I don't know. I guess there's no more experience progression at max level, so I'm not sure what happens. Probably just you get access to all the karma and rewards and things that merits. Oh man, there's so many of these assholes. Probably definitely a mesmer. Nope. PvP is completely separate. World v World gives you access to you can use your PvE gear in World v World, or actually you have to. To get to the cash shop, you just hit O or click on the thing here. And the cash shop is quite nice. Not pay to win. Yeah, you continue to gain skill points. That's definitely true. I'd forgotten about that. But yeah, you continue in skill points and you just hang out and well, it's open world PvP in that it's a big open world, but you actually are fighting over big towers and bases and that kind of stuff. So it's certainly in an open world, but there's a lot to do. A lot of goals within there. There's trebuchets and catapults and all kinds of fun shit to shoot at people. And so you don't necessarily have to do only PvP. You could defend, well, I mean, you have to do PvP, but you can defend the bases and you can do all kinds of other things to help your team without necessarily just being in a big group of people. They're extending the stress test by another hour to 6 p.m. Isn't that exciting, folks? Fucking things. See, right now, since I switched away from water, I really wish I was in water. But I'm almost back to it. I can almost get back to water. Yeah, we're good, we're good. Oh, I'm downed. So this is PvP server number 201. If anybody wants to join me. I'm also playing on the server Fort Aspenwood. So that's where I'm at. All more than welcome to join me. Oh my god, are the mesmers annoying. I agree so much with that. Whoa, I rallied. It's okay, guys. I'm rallying. I rallied. Oh, damn fucking thieves. I will stun him and use my swiftness. Hopefully he doesn't have any kind of stun break. Oh, I'll get this guy up. Maybe he can help me. Maybe he can help me. And when I swap to water, it heals me as well as removing conditions and stuff. Okay, Q. 5. Alright, invulnerable. Dodging some damage. If I dodge roll, and that'll bridge me to my mist form if I need it. But game's over. 160 kV per second. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. That is horrible. I'm so sorry.
I'll drag your bleeding head aloft. The dock's been captured.
Oh man. I hate fighting professors, man. They're assholes. And you can't even like lock them down in stuns because they break and escape into the abyss and sneak around.
Last chance to nail down your
Yeah,
strategy.
I mean it's 18 gigs or something, so.
Hold on to your points. Seize theirs.
Oh man. This is hilarious. My sister just sent me a picture of something I wrote when I was in 2nd grade, maybe 1st grade even. I wrote this thing, when I grow up I would like to be a computer programmer. I love to work on computers. I love video games too. Isn't that funny? Because that's me today. I'm like a prodigy. I predicted the future. This is a scary place. I'm just gonna throw some heals in there for my allies. Living the dream, yeah. I'm playing games. I'm just hanging out playing games and chatting with people who like to play games. 230 people who like to play games. Isn't that cool? Just fantastic. I'm fucking Nostradamus. I love that. Ooh, a bubble. I'll hang on here. This looks safe. I was in 2nd grade, man. Don't correct my grammar. I'm in PvP server 201. Yes. Please come on in here and chase me around and murder me. It'll be hilarious. Oh my god, there's an ally here. Oh, he's actually all the way dead. Never mind. See you later, friend. Sheesh. This game is really good. I love it. I'm a big fan. Everybody should play Guild Wars 2. Even if you don't like PvP. Oh, everybody get your girlfriends to play Guild Wars 2 so you can just run around in circles in PvE and have a grand old time. Stop doing that, thief. Ugh, balls. The game is not all the way out, but this is a stress test. So I pre-purchased the game, and they give everybody who pre-purchased the game access to the game during these stress tests. So I'm just playing the game and hanging out. I hope there are not individual player ladders. I wish that wasn't a thing. I hope that isn't a thing. They said they're going to do team ladders, and I hope that's all they do. You should have to play on a team to be ranked on the ladder. You get 5 people, you make a team, you go through, you rank up. That's what it should be. End of story. Maybe I'm a purist. Maybe people like individual rankings, but I think it encourages like bummer play. I think both only means that people will. There's a team ladder that exists, but people are only going to care about the individual ladder. Just evidence League of Legends. Individual rankings are irrelevant. It's a team-based game. This is a sore subject for me, by the way. I think you should have to be ranked as a team. Like, your individual skill in a team game doesn't really amount to your actual skill in the game. How do I avoid attacks? Well, I have my Mistform ability here, which turns me invulnerable for 3 seconds and also breaks stuns. So if I get stunned, I can break it with Mistform and go invulnerable. The 5 skill on this Earth Shield that I can conjure also gives me a brief invulnerability. And I can also dodge with double tapping a direction, or you can bind it to a key. I have mine bound to mouse 4. So if I'm whichever direction you're holding, You tap mouse forward, you'll roll in that direction. And when you roll, you can't be hit by attacks. But again, I hope there's no individual ladders. It's just like a personal thing. I think that it ruins the game's focus, like it ruins it as a team game.
The waterfall is yours.
Because it's so much easier to play individually, and then, like, I don't know. People should have, you should want to play as a team all the time, every time. Oh, that guy's down. I think League of Legends is a really cool game. It just, it should be, people should play as teams in League of Legends, and that's not really a thing. Like, people should want to play as teams badly. They should hate the game if they're playing as a team. I don't know. Yeah, that's just me, but that's, like, that's how I felt in Guild Wars 1, you know. Playing as a pickup group, which is still a coordinated team on vent and everything, is nowhere near as good as playing with, like, your guild mates, you know, like a real team. Yeah, if you like the sneaky, deceptive, assassin-y kind of class, then Assassin Thief fills your role, you know? That being said, you don't have to play a Thief if you like the Rogue class. You can play other classes in a similar way, you know? You can have that same kind of... Sheesh, that was a long fear. You can have that, a lot of the same effect and strength and stuff by playing other classes as well, so... It's just, you know... I do not really like the double dagger Ellie. I think dagger main hand is just not that strong. I think dagger offhand is insanely strong. I think focus offhand is pretty terrible. So, scepter dagger or staff are pretty much the Ellie builds right now, but you can build, each of those builds can be a million different things. Yeah, exactly. It's hard to make a team. Nobody cares about playing as a team. So I hope that Guild Wars 2 is about team play. People like to play as teams.
You've captured the quarry.
I'm up. I'm living. Oh, he's chilled, so I can probably get my couple hits of my DOT on him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dunked him. I don't want to hit the fucking creep. Yeah, like if everybody's always looking to play with teams and pug with randoms and stuff, like that'll be really cool. But if it's just as easy to queue up as one and play free tournaments or something, like, I don't know, might detract a bit from the competition.
Your base is under attack.
Okay, so if you're playing with a Guardian, a Ranger, or a Mesmer,
You lost the waterfall.
I think that a Ranger would definitely be really good with a Guardian because you have so many combo finishers, and Guardians have really good combo fields. Like on their Mace 2 skill or whatever, on the third hit on the Mace or something, they can put down lots of combos on the ground, combo fields on the ground, and that will, you know, help augment your damage and your ability to play together. Anybody who doesn't know about the combo systems, this is really cool. So like, I'll do it like right now. So this 4 skill, see, I roll back and create a wall of fire, and if somebody were to shoot arrows or jump through it or like drop a big bomb in there, then that will okay, I can get this guy up, hopefully. Nope, just gonna die. It's a lot of stacks of bleeding, and I'm poisoned too. This is Conquest 5v5 PvP. It does all of them, as far as I know. But so if you were to shoot an arrow through that fire field, then it would set it on fire, and you had to apply burning with your arrow. Or if you were to, like, bomb the area, that gives might to everybody around, which increases their damage. I'm not sure how it works, how it interacts with multiple combo fields stacked up, to be honest. I'm pretty sure they stack, but I don't know for certain. Also, they own 3 points right now. It's kind of annoying. My favorite profession so far. That's a hard question. I really, really like some of the utility abilities on the Mesmer, and I really like playing the Elementalist and playing the Engineer a lot. Warrior is probably, if I had to say like my favorite one to play is Warrior, because the Warrior, not unlike in Guild Wars 1, is a great leader, like a team leader class. Like I can initiate focus fire damage, like spikes or whatever, by saying, you know, everybody pile on this target. I'm going to see him for the next 5 seconds. I think, yeah, a Ranger and a Guardian would definitely be a good duo. You know, if you're going to hang out with somebody in PvE, I think the Ranger Guardian, that would be a pretty good combo, for sure.
Your lord is under attack.
So you could, yeah, you could shoot a fiery, poison, confusing arrow. Absolutely could. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Well, like in Guild Wars 1, since you had to find teams to play, a lot of people, like, would hang out in the district and say, looking for a monk or looking for an elementalist or something like that. We just kind of hang out and say, well, we need somebody to fill this role. Please have a decent amount of experience. Well, see, the reason why my stream runs so much better than everybody else's is because I use 2 PCs, and I have a really nice PC to play Guild Wars 2 on. So I have more FPS than most streamers get outside of stream, and then I'm not even getting limited down by my stream. So, well, that's absolutely true. Like in years and years ago, I was playing Halo, and I guess it wasn't that long ago, like 6 years maybe, playing Halo 3 with a buddy, and we always played duels, team doubles, or whatever it was called, because you just had to have one person. And it's so hard to find 4 or 5 people for team deathmatch, but it's so easy to find just one. So I hope that the community in this game is interested in playing as a team and being competitive enough that it becomes something that, like, happens. How do they afford to do that? Well, probably microtransactions, decent server design. Hosting data is not that expensive, really. Like, the total amount of data that they use is pretty insignificant. Like, there was a statistic released quite some time ago, maybe, oh man, I'm gonna have to say maybe 8 years ago, about World of Warcraft, is that they spent maybe 10% of subscription fees on actually maintaining servers and keeping servers going and downloads and everybody's data and stuff. And most of the costs were on other stuff, you know, so if you can keep other costs down, just the data of having lots of servers is not that bad. Yeah, well, I know a lot about computers. I know how to do it right. I try and keep it nice for you. I would love to be able to stream in higher than 720p as well, but unfortunately, like, since I'm not a Twitch associate, Twitch friend, I'm not like part of the Twitch TV thing. If I stream in 1080p, it isolates a lot of people, a lot of potential watchers, because not everyone has enough internet speed to watch 1080p. Okay, the 4 items to create something in the Mystic Forge, you need powder, a tier token, and a specific item, and then a trophy to determine what recipe, basically, you're making. Oh, he fucking got up. What a bitch. I have a warrior beating on me. I will show you in my inventory as soon as I get out of line of sight of these crazy bastards. Oh my god, he supply crated me. What a dick. You need 5 of these, 1 of any of these 3, a class token, which looks like a rabbit's foot, and a item token to determine which type of item you'd like to build. Oh, I'm gonna fucking destroy this alley. This skill bugged out. That sucks. Hate that skill, always fucking breaks.
Windmill captured.
Nah. Fuck it. Oh cool, my friend is killing him. My friend, I mean my ally, my teammate. Got it? Sweet, man. Well, I mean, the game's not necessarily shit. That's kind of unfair to say about it. I'm not a huge fan of it either, but like it definitely was one of the most popular games in the world for a really long time, so it does something right. Oh, there's the actual man. Set him on fire. That'll do him some damage. Yep, no monthly payments in Guild Wars 2. No monthly payments and not very much grinding. Get to do what you want to do without spending a lot of time doing shit you don't like to do. That's a trebuchet shot. I'll get you up, friends. I'll try to get you up. Oh yeah, he goes for the stomp. I'm gonna... No, trebuchet. That's unfortunate. Yeah, you pay one big price, pay $60, and you get access to Guild Wars 2 for all of time. There is a gem shop, but it's all cosmetic items, stuff that's not a big deal. You know, no problem. Yeah. Well, you can definitely grind. There's definitely grinding available to you, but you can totally play the game without having to do grindy stuff. If you understand what I'm getting at, like, you can just walk around and explore and enjoy the game. Raids, no PvE raid content. Correct. The closest thing to that, there's dungeons, which are 5v5 strategic PvE content, as well as World v World, which you could be, you could play, yeah. You can play World v World like a raid, get 25, 30 people together and work together towards a common goal. But there is no raid content. Doesn't it get exhausting? Yeah, it's kind of. I don't know. I got some water, trying to stay hydrated. There's definitely PvP endgame if that's something you're interested in, but you don't have to. You don't have to do PvP for there to be an endgame in the game for you. Yeah, I don't know. I just try and like make sure everybody's being helped. I like talking. I'm actually not playing on the computer with the 260 GTX. The 260 GTX did run the game pretty well, even with the Core 2 Quad in it. I was able to play the game pretty well. That was on my old computer, or on a older computer I have. I was able to play with the Core 2 Quad and a 260 GTX. Well, yeah, you know, like, and also, like, just throwing it out there, anybody who's playing music on their stream is being seriously illegal. Like, that's seriously very illegal. So, I mean, unless they have licensing, but most people don't. Some of the, like, the teams and things, like if, like a esports team, they might have a license as a company that they can share with their players who stream. But, like, if it's just some Joe Blow streamer, he's just breaking some laws. See you in game, man. Oh, here's a guy that's down. I think saying that it's class v class is kind of false. Yeah, see, the odd one probably has access to the same kind of licensing that, like, like in a bar or something, right? You have to have licensing to play music in your bar or have a jukebox, because you can't just, like, buy a CD and play it in front of other people in an establishment that makes money, because that's illegal. So I assume that these more legitimate people, like people who make a living off of live streaming, probably do it fairly. You know, they have some kind of licensing. Same with Dyrus, all those guys. They probably have a license of some kind. But if it's just some dude with, like, you know, who doesn't make money off streaming and just streaming, like, that shit's illegal. Okay, so there's one more hour left in this stress test. Do you guys want to see another class, or like World v World or PvE or anything? Like, I don't know. I'm up to do anything. Yeah. Well, I guess the thing about it is it's region locked. So like, if you're in EU, you can't join my NA guild. Oh, the Sura Warrior. Well, what have I played? I played some Thief, and then some Necromancer, and then I've just been playing this Elementalist. Oh, I could roll over to Scepter Dagger. That's definitely fun. I really like playing that build. Yeah, the armor sets definitely get more interesting. Like, so right now, I'm not wearing a really nice armor set or anything, but I'm wearing one that's nicer than the default set. Like, I'm definitely comfortable playing Warrior. The Commando, hell yeah! There's a true fan. Just, not hating. Could play Ranger. I'm pretty terrible at Ranger. So, the way abilities queue when you spam them, it's basically like, they'll cast as soon as you finish. So this one's like a... God damn it, King. So this one's channeling, and then I'll queue up my next ability. And some interrupt, right? And so this one, I'm going to cast that, and as soon as I'm done casting that, I'll cast the next one. Some abilities are instant, and some follow up. But basically, if you queue up one after the other, it would come right next. Well, so I played Thief earlier, so maybe I probably shouldn't do that again. I do like playing Thief, but Warrior? Anybody, everybody, Warrior, okay, Ranger. I could roll a Ranger. I'd have to play through a tutorial. I'm comfortable doing that, and kind of play with the build a bit too. Thoughts, feelings? Engineer? I could roll an Engineer too. I like playing Engineer. Go War. I have a Warrior made. He's very beautiful. See, this is hard, because everybody wants to see all kinds of different things, you know, it's... Ranger. Okay, there's a lot of votes for Ranger. Okay, Ranger. Ranger, everybody, I can get with that. Which race? Because I have to play through the tutorial part anyway, so it might as well be something that we want to see. So many... Ranger. I'm going Ranger, guys. I'm sorry to anyone who wants to see the Warrior.